I'm just an average guy who loves the outdoors. I love to hunt and I love to fish. Somewhere along the way I ended up with a video camera in my hand. So now I'm just cruising around checking out cool destinations. So sit back, put your feet up, and come on along. I'm Brian Whitens, and this is where I've been. Being from Michigan's Upper Peninsula, it's just automatic that my passion lies in the wilderness of the Northwoods. Whether I'm at home in the UP, in Ontario, or anywhere in between, I'm pretty much happy. But that's not to say I don't enjoy looking for adventure in other places. For me, it's as much about travel, experiencing new places, and meeting new people as it is about fishing or hunting. So I once again found myself heading west. I didn't really have much of a plan, pretty much just heading west. But a couple of phone calls and a map and my route was set. First I'd head for Arizona to meet up with my friends at Arizona's premier fishing adventure company, the Hookup Outfitters. From there, California. I wanted to find out more about the world-famous Alpers Trout I'd heard of. For that I'd hook up with my friend and professional fishing guide, Robert Hudson. My first stop was Vegas. No, not much fish there, but, well, that's another story entirely. After too much time in Vegas, I headed south for Arizona. I met up with Josh and Dale at the hookup, and we were off to the Superstition Mountains to fish Canyon Lake. The temperature was 107 degrees. 107 in the UP, I believe, is the point at which life ceases to exist. Here? Well, here it's just a nice day. They say getting there is half the fun. I do agree, but there's a bit more to it. How you get there can greatly affect the level of fun you have. Traveling from one end of the country to the other by commercial airlines would result in very little fun. Traveling from one end of Canyon Lake to the other by canoe would be fun, but hopping in a Ranger with Dale and Josh and traveling at speeds that suck the tears from your eyes and the air from your lungs is an absolute downright blast.
What I've always really liked about Canyon Lake is that you've always got a shot at a big fish. You know, the potential for the fish of a lifetime is there on any cast. This isn't a lake we're going to go and catch, you know, an outrageous number of fish, but any fish that you catch out here has a chance of being, you know, the fish of a lifetime for anyone. This lake actually has the Arizona state record largemouth bass, almost 17 pounds, and it's also got the state record smallmouth bass. So, you know, any cast that next big fish could be coming. We got a little bit of wind today, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to cover a lot of water. We're throwing what we call reaction baits, baits that you're gonna fish pretty fast and try to get the more aggressive fish with. When the wind starts blowing, a lot of times the fish will get more aggressive. It's tougher to fish sometimes, it's tougher to control the boat, but a lot of times those fish get a lot more active. So like I said, we're gonna make a lot of casts, use fast moving baits, and just try to put our baits in front of as many active fish as we can, see what happens.
They wrestled him to the ground. He had no chance.
That's just about what it was. Nice one. Very nice fish. I don't know how well he's hooked.
Ooh, it's a toad is right. The Papa.
Come on, baby.
Come to Papa.
He's coming up. He was.
Nice job, brother.
All right, man.
Nice fish, bud.
Solid fish. Solid fish on a jerkbait.
Snake up there.
There he is.
Good one? Nice.
Nice. All right. It's a good solid fish. Not quite as big as the last one, but not bad. Nice largemouth.
Good largemouth.
Not a big, not a giant, but it's pretty nice. Not a chatterbait.
Good job, Josh. Nice
All right.
fish, bud.
Thanks, man.
Nice fish.
2.5 pounds. Solid.
Sure you want to leave this spot?
Let's fish another 10 minutes.
All right, dude.
That's how it always works out. Start talking about leaving and you catch one.
That's right.
Watch Real Outdoors as they travel to a new and exciting destination each week. Real hunting and real fishing in the real outdoors.
Perhaps nowhere in the entire United States is there an area so full of legend, history, and intrigue as the rugged 160,000-acre Superstition Mountain Range in central Arizona. The area has long been the subject of interesting stories, mystery, Indian lore, and tales of lost treasures of gold. Most are true, some are myths, and others, no doubt, embellished through generations. The mountain range, popularly referred to as the Superstitions, is located in the Superstition Wilderness area east of Phoenix and features a variety of natural landmarks, including Superstition Mountain, that is its namesake. According to legend, a German immigrant named Jacob Walser discovered a mother lode of gold in the mountain wilderness and revealed its location on his deathbed in 1891. Several mines have been claimed to be the actual mine that Walser discovered, but none of those claims have been verified. Did Jacob Walser reveal the location of the mine on his deathbed in 1891? Or did he take the secret to the grave? Maybe it's simply a tale of folklore built up over years of storytelling. Since the mid-1800s, well over 100 people have died among the jagged peaks. Some of those deaths were murders associated with the fabled Lost Dutchman's mine, while others were simply accidents. 950-acre Canyon Lake, about 40 miles east of Phoenix, is one of 4 lakes in the Salt River chain. Its unusual rock formations and scenic red rock canyon walls certainly make it the most picturesque.
There he is. Ah, it's a little one.
Good job, brother.
Just stopped vibrating. A lot of times you'll be cranking this thing along, feeling a real heavy vibration, and it just stops. Sometimes I hit it like a freight train. Sometimes you just stop feeling that vibration. That's when it's time to set the hook. A lot of times I can suck it in so quick and spit it out. If you don't set the hook when you stop feeling it shake, you can miss them. So it's important to be quick. The bait Dale and I are catching them on today is a bait that's fairly new to the market called a chatterbait. It's kind of a mixture between a spinnerbait and a jig. It looks more like a jig, but it's got this vibrating blade on it that really makes the bait vibrate and wiggle through the water when you just crank it straight back in. This is a white 3/8 ounce model made by Chatterbait, the original Chatterbait. It's actually probably my favorite. The reason we choose white out here is because they're eating shad right now. And chatterbait's a super easy bait to fish. You know, it's one where you're just gonna basically throw it out and crank it back in. You know, the big key for me with this is getting it as close to the cover as you possibly can. Whether it's trees, rocks, grass, whatever that is, if you can get it to bump right up against a log, a rock, anything like that, usually when it bumps up against that object, that's what's going to trigger the strike. A lot of times you'll feel it deflect off the cover, and as soon as you kind of regain, you know, your sense of bringing it back in, it gets whacked. So the biggest key here is just trying to get it close to cover and fishing it pretty fast. I'll throw it out and just give it a nice, steady, fast retrieve back and keep it up high in the water column. It works really good when the fish are aggressive. There we go, right on.
God, he ran out fast with it, didn't he?
Yeah, dude, he was running off to the side.
This might be a good one. Oh, it's a cat or something.
Is it? Oh my goodness.
It's a big cat.
It's a carp.
Is it a carp or a cat?
Yeah, it's a carp.
Nah, it's a flathead, isn't it?
Dude.
He's pissed.
That's a
I gotta go
giant
that way,
carp.
dude. He's gonna go around the motor. It's a carp?
It's a huge carp.
Are you sure?
I
I
swear.
thought it was a flathead.
I swear, it's a carp.
It's about 10 pounds, whatever it is.
Look at
Oh, it's a big carp.
You want to net him?
Yeah, you might as well. I don't want that slime on my carpet. So we can dehook him and let him go, huh?
Yeah. Oh, he's pulling.
Put a workout on this little light rod, isn't he?
That's hilarious. I almost want him to come off.
Oh man, he's more than 10 pounds. That's why these carp fishing.
Oh man.
Come on over here, big boy. Try and get him. I'll try and turn him this way as soon as he comes up again. Oh, you ain't having it, is he?
No, he's not. This could go on.
Come on out of there, buddy.
I gotta get him head first in this net. Watch yours.
Don't break my new cranking stick, bud. There we go. Ready? Ah, he saw you. He saw you. There he is.
Oh, he popped right
perfect.
out too.
Perfect. You want me to hold him up?
How are you gonna hold him?
Get him under here.
Dude.
Nice,
Wow.
huh? What do you think he goes?
That is crazy.
About 8 or 9 pounds, probably, huh?
Oh yeah, at least, man.
Awesome.
But way to get him in the boat. That's some tough stuff.
I'll go ahead and let him go then, okay? Thanks, boy.
He's gonna hurt you, Dale.
The difference between fishing and a fishing trip is location. But don't forget, location is a lot more than a spot on a map or simply the best place to catch whichever fish you're after. It's about a lot of things, but somewhere near the top of that list, it's about scenery. Canyon Lake and the Superstitions certainly painted a picture I won't soon forget. When I left, I talked with my wife on the phone. She asked how the trip was, and the first thing I mentioned was the amazing scenery. She asked me if I'd found the Dutchman's lost treasure. I said yes, I think I did.
Watch Real Outdoors as they travel to a new and exciting destination each week. Real hunting and real fishing in the real outdoors.
The Eastern Sierra Nevada Range, the longest, highest, and most diverse mountain range in the continental United States. It's a mere 80 miles from the Sierra's highest peak to the lowest point in the Western Hemisphere, in Death Valley. Geographically separated from populated California by the Sierra Nevada Range is the picturesque lakeside village of June Lake. Tucked away at the base of 10,909-foot Carson Peak, the scenic 14-mile June Lake Loop is a mountain hideaway. The area has been attracting outdoor enthusiasts and nature lovers dating back to Hollywood's discovery of June Lake in the 1920s. June Lake is often referred to as the Switzerland of the Sierras and is only a short drive from Yosemite National Park and Mammoth Mountain. But my travels brought me here not for skiing or sightseeing. I was here for the fishing. The Eastern Sierra provides just about any kind of fishing experience you could want. World-class rivers, small streams draining down from snow-covered mountains, several local lakes, some stocked with the world-famous Alpers Trout, all world-class fish producers. You'll also find many backcountry lakes and streams that produce good fish. On my visit here, I hooked up with local professional fishing guide and custom fly rod builder, my friend Robert Hudson.
Generally fishing the Eastern Sierras, it's a pretty broad area. There's a lot of variety. We have 2 counties here that cover most of this area, Inyo County and Mono County. Ranging from about Death Valley all the way up to the Nevada border. The variety ranges from tiny little spring creeks around June Lake Levining area, south of June Lake area, we've got a lot of small creeks also. Wonderful places to get in where not many people fish. Get an opportunity to catch some fish that probably hasn't been caught in a long time or seen any people around in months or years. We have a lot of larger rivers, some of them well known. A lot of people know the Owens River and Hot Creek down near the Mammoth area. Both fine fisheries, all catch and release areas, filled with up to 10,000 fish per mile in the Hot Creek area. Beautiful little brown trout. North of here in the Bridgeport area, we also have the East Walker and West Walker, which again are fairly well-known bigger rivers. A nice sized fish up there, browns and rainbows to be had in the 2 to 5 or 6, even 6 pound range.
My visit to the June Lake area included a stay at the amazing Double Eagle Resort, considered by many to be the crown jewel of the Eastern Sierra. In my travels, I've slept in deluxe cabins, outpost cabins, hotels, motels, campers, tents, in the front and back of my pickup truck, and on the ground under a tarp. I've enjoyed each and all of those accommodations, but this was something different. The rooms, the restaurant, the bar, the entire property, and all of its amenities were out of this world. Top it off with a view that is as breathtaking as it gets, and a visit to the Double Eagle fast becomes a trip you will never forget. But fishermen beware. If you enjoy fishing and June Lake, California sounds like a place you might be interested in, that's wonderful. But if your plans include a fishing trip with the guys, do not let your wife see this next segment, because this is the Double Eagle Resort and Spa.
We are located about 12 miles from the eastern entrance to Yosemite, and when we first saw the property and made a decision to purchase it, one of our comments, it was like having a piece of Yosemite. The beauty is that spectacular. The cabins are all 2-bedroom cabins. They have full kitchens. They have fireplaces or wood stoves.
Well, we have a beautiful restaurant here at the Double Eagle Resort and Spa.
We probably have the best views in all of the Eastern Sierras. You can look up at majestic Carson Peak. No matter where you sit in the restaurant, you've got a wonderful view. The spa is a really unusual spa. Many spas that people go to are more of the marble and glitz, and we purposely designed this spa to be very comfortable, feels like it belongs in the mountains. It's a world-class spa. We were named by Forbes as one of the 10 best spas in the world. We also have a world-class fitness center with all kinds of fitness equipment and classes. We have a 60-foot indoor pool. We have a co-ed jacuzzi with just magnificent views of the mountains. And then in each locker room there's a private male and female jacuzzi.
You know, fishing primarily is our summertime activity, and then skiing in the wintertime is something that is very popular.
Watch Real Outdoors as they travel to a new and exciting destination each week. Real hunting and real fishing in the real outdoors.
One of the benefits of a stay with the Double Eagle is exclusive access to their private ponds. This pond is stocked with the famous Alpers Trout. Back in 1971, Tim Alpers and his father began raising trout for the purpose of stocking the ponds on their family fishing ranch. Their goal was to grow farm-raised trout that came as close to wild trout as possible in terms of their appearance, strength, and fighting ability. Alpers started with the typical average rainbow trout, added a little steelhead, mixed in a dash of Kamloops trout genetics to provide superior strength along with a wild temperament. What he ended up with was a large, spectacular-looking, aggressive version of a rainbow trout with great fighting ability. By 1984, local communities requested that Alpers grow and stock bigger trout to supplement the fish being stocked by the California Department of Fish and Game. Through local and private funding, those stocking efforts continue today in the lakes and streams of southern Inyo and northern Mono counties. It takes about 3 years to raise an Alpers trout to trophy size, and many are in the 4 to 8 pound range by the time they are released into the lakes and streams of the Eastern Sierra.
Nice big fish.
They are famous for their size, fight, wildness, and taste. Alpers trout are prized trophies sought by many anglers. If you'd like to sink a hook into an Alpers, you'll need to come to the Eastern Sierra to do it. You will find them nowhere else in the world.
And this is the Double Eagle, one of Double Eagle's private ponds. This is Black's Pond. It's about 2.5 acres in size. We usually have about 40 to 60 fish in this pond, 3 pounds to 8 pounds. It's our trophy pond. It may seem easy, but these fish are very big, very wise, very hard to get to. A little look around the pond and you'll see there's not a lot of fishable shoreline, so there is a lot of water these fish can hang in that's unreachable by us. That causes part of the issue, the wind and the distance we need to cast. And the second issue is that they are smart fish. They're all older fish, been around for many years, and not easily fooled. Andy! He's all the way across the pond! Big fish. He's in the willows. He's in the mountain. Good. Nice fish.
Just don't farm him.
Oh, I'm not farming anybody. No. I'm into backing, dude. Way into backing. That's what we're looking for. Those nets have holes too, you know. They're real hardy rainbow trout. Real disease resistant and exceptionally strong fighters. You can see by the fights here that they do take a little while. And we got to keep them moving. There we go. When we catch their breath, reoxygenate themselves and get a little energy back.
Setting up my black fly.
Good.
The best fighting one I've had so far.
Right?
Yeah.
Good.
He's definitely making my arm tired. They don't put so much pressure on him.
You can steady and you're good. $22, $23 maybe, Andy. Nice big fish.
Yeah.
Nice fish, Andy. He's never been skunked on this pond. There he goes.
I'm Brian Whitens, and that's where I've been.